Namaskar. Welcome to another episode of Editorial. Hashtag boycott Qatar Airways. This was trending in Twitter for the last couple of days. Now, the question I want to ask tonight is, can we afford to boycott Qatar? Boycott all products from Qatar? Can we stop doing trade with Qatar? That's the question I want to ask tonight. That's my question number one. My question number two is nationalism and Hindutva same? Or are they different? That's my topic for tonight. Let's get right into the show. Normally, I don't show memes in my editorial. But today, I want you to see this. I want you to see this. A young man from India, he tweeted and he also did a video, which I'm going to show you in 2 minutes, video where he asked people to boycott Qatar Airways and boycott Qatar products from Qatar. Okay, this is the video, just have a look at it.
वही कतर है जिसने एम एफ हुसैन को पनाह दिया था, जिसने माता सीता का, माँ दुर्गा का नग्न तस्वीर बनाई थी, उस एम एफ हुसैन को कतर ने सिटीजनशिप दिया था और आज वो नुपुर शर्मा के बयान पे भारत को ज्ञान दे रहा है। कतर ने वहाँ पे रहने वाले भारतीयों को नौकरी से निकालना शुरू कर दिया। तो मैं आपसे कहना चाहूँगा कि आप भी कतर के सामान का बहिष्कार करिए, कतर एयरलाइंस का बहिष्कार करिए पूर्ण तौर से, क्योंकि जैसे को तैसा का जवाब दिया जाना जरूरी है। ईंट का जवाब पत्थर से मिलेगा। हर हर महादेव साथियों।
To which some men went and created a meme. Now, mind you, this video that I'm going to show you is fake. It is not the real interview or not the real Al Jazeera. I'm not even going to show you a video. I'm going to show you pictures, because if I show you video, we'll have a copyright problem. So I'm just going to show you some pictures, but the background, the voice is real. So the entire video is fake. It's a meme. So please look at it that way. But just for your entertainment, just have a look at this video.
Tell me this. Let's just look back first of all. Let's start chronologically. Back to June the 5th, Monday morning. You were in Cancun, Mexico, major aviation conference. Word came through. I think you were quite late to hear, or a few minutes went by before you heard. Then you heard. What was it like? What was going through your head as you boarded that executive jet to fly straight back to Qatar?
Habibi, I cancelled all my meetings and straight away flew to Qatar because our biggest shareholder, Wassudev, decided to boycott our airlines from his headquarters, which is the terrace of his house. He was having a power cut at that time in his neighborhood, and he made that devastating video. Wassudev is our biggest shareholder with a total investment of 624 rupees and 50 paise. And we don't know how to operate anymore. I have grounded all the flights. Our operations is not running anymore. We are requesting Wassudev to take this call for boycott back. And this is a special kind of boycott because it is BYCOTT, another level of boycott. Wassudev, Habibi, we are willing to give you one whole plane to make your TikTok videos, or maybe we can give you 2 liters of petrol free. So you take this call for boycott back. Otherwise, how will we survive, Habibi? How will our multi-billion-dollar airlines survive? So, Wassudev, once you come back from the railway track, please consider our offer and take the boycott back. Shukran, Habibi.
Now, ironically, a star from India, a lady, thought that all of this was actually correct. This was actually current news, and the CEO of Qatar Airways actually gave this interview. This is what one of our top stars thought, and she went out and wrote in her Instagram and saying that it's all wrong. How could Qatar Airways CEO say this and all of that? So that's the point. That's one of the things I wanted to show you. Like I told you, this is purely for entertainment. Let us get into the topic. Let us get serious. The fact is, at times we make statements which could harm our country. We make statements without thinking. We have seen this in the past. In fact, we have seen this for the past 7 years. But recently, of course, now we've seen it. People make statements without thinking. Now this concept about ban Qatar products, ban Qatar Airways, ban Qatar products. Can you actually afford to ban Qatar? Can the world work that way? ban karo. He insulted me, don't talk to him. He said this to me, don't interact with him. Oh, he told this to me, or he's of separate caste, don't do business with him. Does this actually work? Are you helping our country or are you harming our country? Now let us get into some facts as we usually do. Do you know the total trade between India and Qatar in 2020, 21-22 has rose to 15 billion USD. 1.16 lakh crores is the trade we do with Qatar. Let me give you some other facts. Acha, interestingly, Qatar Investment Authority, QIA, a sovereign wealth fund of Qatar, has invested 450 million USD to acquire 25.1% stake in Adani Electricity Mumbai Limited in April 2021. Let's get you some more facts. See, Qatar belongs to GCC. GCC is a regional intergovernmental political economic union comprising of 6 countries. Like I told you, Qatar, Bahrain, Kuwait, Oman, UAE and Saudi Arabia. ठीक है ना? So, relationship with one has ramification on relationship with others. You can't see these countries in isolation, they work together. Let's talk about GCC countries. India exports to the GCC has increased by 58.26% to about $44 billion in 2021-22 against $27.8 billion in 2020-21 as per government data. Import has risen by 85% from $110.73 billion compared to $59.6 billion in 2021. That is 2020-2021. So both our exports and imports both have increased substantially, which means our trade relationship with GCC countries has grown better. Under these circumstances, do you want to boycott them? Is that in national interest? Will that do good for our country? Think about it. Point number 3. Let's talk about point number 4. The share of Persian Gulf countries in Indian crude imports has remained around 60% over the last 15 years. This is why our imports are more than our exports, because we import oil from them, which is so necessary for us to sustain. So imports are not just giving them business, we are buying something where they have a monopoly in. Over 6.5 million Indian workers resides in GCC countries. 6.5 million workers are working in GCC countries. One more detail. In 2018, the Reserve Bank of India revealed that 50% of the remittance inflow of India comes from GCC nations. You see the importance of GCC nation? So now when you talk about ban that just because ye kuch galat bola hai, ban them and ban their products, is it that easy? Is it that easy? And unfortunately it also becomes trending in our country, which means most of the people feel that's all right. It's all good to all do this. Nobody bothers to understand these facts, and that's precisely why I wanted to talk these in front of you. These are real facts and we better know this. So before we talk about banning somebody and all that, please think about our balance sheet. Please think about our people. Please think about people earning out of these countries. And please think about our own economy. My next topic is nationalism and Hindutva, is this the same? Because that's how it sounds now. Every Hindutvavadi feels that he is nationalist. It seems that it is the same word, it is the same thing. When a Hindutvavadi calls for a Hindu Rashtra and shows the Hindu Rashtra map, do you think he is winning friends in Pakistan, friends in Afghanistan, friends in Bangladesh, friends in Nepal, friends in countries which are around us, which technically should be our friend because it is important for both our security and our trade? Are they winning friends? If they are not winning friends, then who are they harming? They are harming the national interest. And if you are harming national interest, how can you be a nationalist? every statement, every time when you are trying to break a mosque or you're trying to go against some mosque saying that there is shivling there or there is our God, some other God, there is some other God there. Every time you do this, what are you doing to India? You are spoiling the imagery of India. Every time you hurt an other religious sentiment, what are you doing to India? You are hurting the image of India. What happens when you hurt the image of India? You hurt the trade of India. You hurt people who go and work in these countries. You hurt those people. You hurt the trade. You hurt foreign remittance for India. So, if when you hurt foreign remittance for India, when you hurt trade for India, what do? You go against the national interest. How are you nationalist? You have a Hindutva topic, a Hindutva agenda. You are actually going against the national agenda. And when you go against the national agenda, how can you call yourself a nationalist? How can you call yourself a nationalist? I am asking you a simple logic. So then people who talk about Hindutva, then they have to first agree to the fact that I am a Hindu first and an Indian next. I don't accept this fact because I believe I am an Indian first and a Hindu next. I am a Hindu when I go home in front of my temple. That's when I am Hindu. It's very private. But I am an Indian. I am 100% Indian. You decide what you are. Are you going to say that I am a Hindu first and an Indian next? Then it is fine. I want to react to a tweet. I will not go through the tweet, but I will react to a tweet that became very viral and the question that is very asked very commonly today in India. That, bhaiya, dekho, you know, M.F. Hussain had projected Indian gods and goddesses. He painted Indian gods and goddesses naked. And Qatar gave him the citizenship. So, what is Qatar cribbing about? Why is Qatar cribbing when somebody in India said something against the Prophet? Okay, logic. My first question is, ask yourself, if your little child comes to you and says, you know, my neighbor, no, my child who sits in the next bench, he gave me a bad word. Okay. So, you know what I did? I also gave him a bad word. What are you going to do? Are you going to say, child, very good. Next time he punches you, punch two back to him. Is that what you're going to teach your child? Or you are going to tell your child that no. Culture tells us that we should not go complain to the teacher, but do not give the person, that other child, bad word again. That is wrong. That is not what we teach you as parents. That's what you're going to tell your child, isn't it? Apply the same logic here. If somebody else is doing it, so what? We should do it. If somebody else insults our God, so what? We go and insult their God? Is that what we have come to? Is that what Indian culture is? Is that what Hindu culture is? Please go through your sacred books. Please go through your Vedas. Please go through your Upanishads and figure out, is that what Indian culture is? I am not going to sit here and give you a lecture on that. I am continuously talking about this subject for the last 3 days because I believe it is important for us to at least retrospect now. This whole thing about insulting other religion, insulting other religious personalities, leaders, prophets, you know, just they did so we are doing it. They did it 10,000 years back, so I am going to retrieve it. I am going to take everything back. This attitude has to stop. This attitude has to change. Like the RSS chief said, you can't go around digging every mosque saying that I will find a shivling down. It has to stop somewhere. And it better stop now. It's a right time, good time to stop. Finish it off. Let's focus on our growth. Let's focus on health. Let's focus on education. Let's have good relationship with everybody. And the fact is, what I wanted to conclude is every time we preach, propagate Hindutva, not Hinduism, Hindutva. There is a huge difference. Every time we preach, propagate Hindutva, we are actually damaging nationalism. We are damaging national interest. Most of the cases, it damages national interest. That's what I want to end my topic with. Please subscribe to our channel. Go to www.hwnews.in. Subscribe to our channel. It's important that you subscribe to our channel. And Till I see you next time, day after tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Tomorrow I'll be taking a break. Day after tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Namaskar.